All right, I think we're ready to start. I'd like to welcome everybody out here today to the groundbreaking for Station 44. This is the past and the future site of Station 44. We're excited to be able to keep it here where it was located, protecting the community for so many years. We'd like to start out with asking Chaplain Doug Kaiser to come up for a blessing.
Bow your heads for the blessing. Holy God, we are grateful for this occasion today. We are grateful for the public service that we have here in our area, for your servants who take care of your people. We say thank you. We ask your blessing on this event today. We ask your blessing on the very ground that this station will be built upon. We ask your blessing on those who will be building, the construction workers, the planners, and everyone else who will be involved in the building of this facility. We ask that everything would go perfect, everything would be safe, everything would be according to plan, and that this facility would be a blessing to the citizens and the people all around it, that lives would be saved, and that people would be well as a result of this progress. So be with us, we pray, and we are grateful for this. In your name, amen.
We'd like to welcome Mayor Jim Brainerd up here just for a few words.
I think I recognize that voice over there, the heckler. Well, first of all, it should be the Township trustee here. I'm sure Doug will speak, but thank you. Doug has worked with the fire department to make certain, along with his board, Shabolin, I see Mary Eckert and Mr. Snyder here, Matt Snyder, to make the station possible with Township funding. And certainly that sort of cooperation and work for the citizens is appreciated. The original 44s, which is the number we give to the station, was built in 1981. Anybody here who was here that day? Jim, I was going to say Jim Martin, Fred Swift. Doug, yeah, a few of you were. At that time, to highlight the difference, Carmel Fire Department had 42 firefighters serving around 20,000 residents. There were 2 firefighters per shift responded out of this station. And in 1981, our firefighters were adapting to medical services. It was the beginning of those programs and quickly expanding their capability. Today, by contrast, Carmel Fire Department has 155 firefighters serving almost 90,000 residents, all trained in emergency medicine, hazardous materials response, and really prepared to respond to any emergency that Carmel citizens or businesses may face. Now, instead of 2 firefighters per shift, we have 6. One of the reasons we needed a new station. There'll be a dedicated training room for education, an area for physical fitness. The building was designed to get them into the trucks and to the emergency quickly and safely. I'm so proud of our fire department. They've always done a wonderful job, but particularly now as Carmel keeps growing, accreditation came just a short period of time ago. We're currently working on a mobile integrated health program. We may change that wording to community paramedics, which is leading the way in how emergency medicine is practiced in the field. Recently, we had addition of portable ultrasound machines, which quite honestly is the epitome of cutting-edge emergency care technology. I mentioned the accreditation. I should point out that our department is only one of 3 in the state of Indiana, and not that many nationally who are accredited. I want to thank one more time Doug Callahan and the Township Board for working so closely together with the fire department to get the station underway, and of course to each and every firefighter for what you do every day of the year. Hopefully the station will allow you to do it better and in a safer way. Thank you.
Well, this started about 2 years ago. I had heard from one of the firefighters that we're close with. As you know, we fund our portion of the fire budget, and I had heard that the foundation was cracking in this building. So I came over and they showed me where the foundation was cracking, and they also showed me I had never been in this building, and they had to go out into the garage in the dead of winter to take their showers and use the restroom facilities, and very cramped. So I went back to the board, and Doug, who obviously being a former fire chief, was all over. I said, hey, we're about to expire these bonds that we've currently got, which will leave us with no debt to fire service. Perhaps we can rejuvenate these. So from inception to completion, it'll be the township's prerogative to get this done. We financed it. We selected the designers, selected the construction management team, and then through the help of great cooperation of the city of Carmel and the council people, who will once it's paid off, they'll obtain ownership of the property.
A couple of people that we need to have come up that had a lot to do with this is Clay Township Board President Mary Eckert. If you come up, and we really appreciate all that they've done for us. Hey, thank you.
Good morning. I'm very excited to be here today representing the Clay Township Board. We're so proud of the fire department and want to continue to help them to be the best they can be. The new fire department, the new station, the remodel of another, and the training center will not raise property taxes, and I'm proud to tell you that. We will be eliminating the debt on the last two buildings built, thus allowing the taxes to remain the same. Congratulations to all of you and for allowing me to share this wonderful day with you. Thank you very much.
Well, I think it will improve our performance. We'll have a training room where before we did not. We try to do training an hour or more every shift, fire, EMS, and hazmat, and we'll have more room to do that. I think it'll be easier to get to the trucks. And they made a station where, as this area grows in population, we can actually add more trucks to the station.
Thank you. I would like to ask Clay Township trustee, Chief Callahan, to come up and say a few words, which, if you know Chief Callahan, may be hard, just a few words. No, you can have the podium as long as you'd like. Thanks so much.
You know, it's really interesting because what I was going to say, the mayor's already said. So, Mayor, hey, good job from that standpoint. And then Mary picked up the rest of it about the tax rate. And I'll tell you, I'm very excited. I was here 35, 36 years ago when they did the first. So probably what we're doing, we're going to turn the soil today that we had, we turned 35 years ago. So it's really exciting, and I know the firefighters. Let me tell you what this fire department's done on this project. You know, when you do a project, you say, okay, hey, it's open. Whatever you want, you write it down, and then we'll back it down from there. And the fire department, Chief Habush, Chief Bowles, they've done a marvelous job by cutting back to where we can be more manageable. When this building, the first time this station was built, it was built for like, I think Chief Martin, you're around here, I think it was like $300,000. This building's going to cost $3.5 million. So you talk about inflation over 35 years, quite an inflation there. But the thing is, back then, and not only that, but back then when we built the first 42, or I said 42s, didn't I? 44s, I'm sorry. When we built that back then, the firefighters did a lot of work themselves. They raked the rocks out of the yard. They did painting and stuff like that. But the difference was, back then, we were having 1,000 to 1,500 runs a year. Now they have well over 6,000 runs a year. So the firefighters don't have the time to sit and do painting and stuff like that. They usually come in, do their house duties, and they're on the road. So I'm really happy that the city and my board has been wonderful in working with me on this. The city has really stepped up. Sue Finkham, thank you for all your help. Mayor, appreciate it. Lucy Snyder, Kevin Ryder, well, maybe Kevin, Ron Carter. But the whole council has been really good at stepping up and working with us. Most communities out there, your city and your township clash all the time. You know, and I'm not saying we don't have our times, but for the most part, we always get the job done. And I want to thank everyone, and you citizens out there, the firefighters, thank you for being here today and seeing this monster of a building go up. I think you're going to be really happy when you see it in a year from now. Well, actually, it should be sooner than that. But again, thank you very much for coming out, and really appreciate it.
Oh, I think it's critical and crucial, but it's also well appreciated by my neighbors I know. Unfortunately, I've used the ambulance services from here. My neighbors, the response time has been great. The firefighters here are friendly. I've brought my grandkids by here. They're always appreciative and willing to talk to the kids, show them around. And it's just good to have it in the neighborhood where in this new station will be really nice. It's a little bit of the old, a little bit of the new, and I think it'll be good for the neighbors.
It's going to be really nice. We were so cramped before. We'll be able to move around, be able to make our runs, be able to get our training done, be able to work better as a crew instead of having to possibly put 2 guys in one room and 2 guys in another. Now we'll be able to have room to have full trainings and better crew interactions, which will lead to a better response overall.
Thanks, Chief. Next, we're going to ask Chief Dave Hawbush to come up, say a few words.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for taking time out of your day to come be part of this historic event for the Carmel Fire Department. Just a few brief comments. Station 44 has been on the mind of Carmel firefighters for many years. We are all very excited about this project. The people that have been stationed here have done a wonderful job in helping design, and we're in a unique position because we've been allowed to have the firefighters that actually live and work in this building have had an opportunity to weigh in on what they would like their building to look like and to make it functional so that it works for them and it services our community to the best of its ability. A few years ago, there was no such thing as Hazeldale Parkway, and a lot of the neighborhoods around here were only cornfields. And obviously, as the mayor and the other elected officials have pointed out, Carmel has changed considerably over the years. A couple things that this building will have that the original building did not is one thing, our locker rooms and the showers and the restroom facilities are going to increase considerably over the last building. And we will have accommodations for both male and female firefighters. When the original Station 4 was built, there were no female firefighters, and now Carmel does have females. So we're going to be able to accommodate that as well. I just want to thank some people whose leadership and service on this project have been invaluable. Station Captain John Moriarty, he's the house captain. He has done a wonderful job with his leadership and helping coordinate 18 different visions for the people who are assigned to this station. He's done a wonderful job. Interestingly, John has served 21 years of his 32 years of service at this very location. So for the last 21 years, John Moriarty has responded to the citizens of Carmel Clay Township from this location. I would like to thank all 3 of the crews at Station 44 for their input, A shift, B shift, and C shift, Captain Kurt Weddington and Captain Wendell Howard. I would like to especially thank Assistant Chief Orby Bowles, Logistics Chief Robert Van Voorst, Maintenance Technician Jason Force, Robert Hensley, and Captain Matt Hoffman for their hard work, their vision, and for this project moving along as smoothly as it has. In closing, I believe that we're very blessed to live in a community whose elected officials are working for the common good. I want to especially thank Mayor Brainerd, all the Carmel City Council members, and the members of the Clay Township Board, Matthew Snyder, Paul Bolin, and President Mary Eckert for their assistance in this, and Trustee Doug Callahan. These elected officials have worked together in a cooperative effort to ensure that Carmel Clay Township citizens have the best, most well-trained firefighters anywhere in our country. Thank you for joining Carmel Fire Department in this historic day. Thank you.
I'm tremendously proud of our fire department. They go above and beyond every day in training and preparing themselves to do the job. And so I'm thrilled that we can give back in some way by providing a better station for their needs.
Other than my reputation.